Principles. This is Practical Prince. We're doing Talking Tarot. So go ahead and ask your questions, drop them in the comments or the chat or whatever you've got, and we'll just get through as many as we can. FYI, we will be having the Friday session. I've got the day off of work, so we can actually go longer than usual that day. But yeah, looking forward to that and looking forward to your questions. Now, to get us started, we do have this question from Lavina. And I need to figure out how we're going to answer that. Because it's on marriage. I mean, I would normally lean towards destiny. But we might be using Lucine. Yeah, I think we're using the Twilight Edition. So, I guess I can share the screen so that you guys can see. But, yeah, so there's a number of questions here. There's the love versus arranged, within or outside cast, and then how will the proposal come? That's the most open-ended one. The others are pretty binary. Excuse me. So, will we do... Because, yeah, I just don't know if I should try focusing on all of them or just one by one going through. And I think we'll take it one by one. So, focus on the first part, love marriage or arranged marriage. I'm not feeling the need for my glasses, so let me set those aside. So these first two are probably going to be yes, no's. Is it all the way down there? And for that, we have a 3-card spread we like to use. I guess I should clarify, because it's not that the questions are yes, no, but there's a either or sort of thing. So I'll just map them to yes and no. And we'll go from there. Sorry, just trying to get a sense of things. So, because there were a number of cards that probably could have filled this spot, so I'm guessing that one's just flushing out the meter, so to speak, on the yes/no scale. Yeah, these two have some information. And then as far as what maps to what, yeah, so love and yes, So then obviously arranged and no would be the scale. So there's the Fool. Positive card. King of Swords. That's also a yes. And then Three of Swords. Okay. So on the yes-no scale, this would be 2 yeses and a no. So this falls in the yes, but may take time, which I think we've already been experiencing. So this would lean towards love. Love being the yes. Arranged marriage, the unlikely. Now, for the Fool and the King, I mean, the Fool deals with beginnings, journeys, having the humility to start out. So there's that. And follow up if you need more clarification. I know Lavina's not online now, but if you do need it, I don't know if I go too long or too short sometimes. So, King of Swords, I want to double check just because I'm not as familiar with that one. So let me. This is using the Destiny Guide, but it will be sufficient. Here we go. Stern but fair, his focus is justice and truth. This card shows impatience if you have to wait before taking an action. However, you must remain calm and have good judgment. When this card arrives in a reading, the focus is on the mind rather than the heart. I mean, we could keep going. In a relationship, this is the time to take the initiative and make some decisions. This is a moment when logical and intelligent decision-making skills are being asked of you. Move forward with fairness and authority. But yeah, given that you're not in a relationship, I think the big thing there was impatience if you have to wait before taking an action. However, you must remain calm and have good judgment. Which, given that we got the 2 yes, 1 no, it'll take time, that's kind of expected. So, yeah, nothing crazy or out of the ordinary there. So let's go on to the second question. Within or outside my cast? This isn't something I'm too familiar with, but I have a cursory knowledge of the cast system, or cast systems generally. I don't know, just the way you phrased it, I don't know if it's relevant whether it, because normally casts are hierarchical, so I don't know if above my cast versus below my cast is relevant. But yeah. And of course, I don't know which cast you're in, so I'll just be focusing on the in or out. And we'll probably be doing a similar thing like we did with the love and arranged, where we just map it to the yes, no. So let's go find our cards. It feels like light information. That's I'm not sure that one does. We'll check afterwards. And the third one. Hey, Jess Winder. Doing well. How are you? Just reading for Lavina right now, but go ahead and ask your question if you have one. She had a couple. So yeah, about halfway through. Let me check that I got the right ones. So light information, I'm trying to figure out if this has more with it. Okay, that's clear enough. So I might ask about details and whatnot, but that's clear enough on what you're asking. This one feels like it's taking the lead in deciding it, which is interesting because normally they're equals. So I'm trying to figure out what that weight does to it, and I might just have to flip to find that out. Light information here, lead on the yes, no, and then I guess within or outside my cast, which maps to which. Yes, and outside. Yeah. I don't know if this is as relevant, but yes will map to outside. So we've got Knight of Wands taking the lead. Let me check. That might be an exception card. Hey, Mimi. How's it going? For the info, 5 of Cups. Okay. And then flushing it out, Page of Cups. So that would be a yes. This one I want to double check. It might be an exception. Excellent. Go ahead and ask your question if you have one. I'm just going through readings. So, Knight of Wands. Yeah, no. So that one is a yes. Let me pull that one up since that's lead. And we'll reference the Destiny deck. Doom-ba-doom. I don't know that way. Yeah. Let me read. Shows up when there is a bold, empowering movement in your life. The Knight encourages you to move forward with passion. An important message is about to be delivered. If you are waiting for certain messages to come through, now is the time. So it shows up as an auspicious moment for moving into a new home, finding new work or progress on a project. It inspires those around them. There's a fast movement in one area of your life, so be prepared. Yeah, I don't know if it might be referring just to your own sort of shift or placement within your cast, or maybe moving between. I'm just not familiar enough with with the cast system to really know how that'll work. So, but it's a positive card. We got yeses. The 5 of Cups is putting the damper on things. So normally that would be 2 yeses and a no, but this really did feel like it was just light information. And 5 of Cups deals with sorrow, grief, some sort of loss. Given that it was light, I don't know if that's too big of a concern. It's more like an FYI, not something that's going to pull you up in your house while you cry in your bed or something. So, yeah. It might just be that there's some friction in between cast stuff. Because, I mean, we've got our yes, so yeah. Yeah. That's my best guess. If you want clarity or confirmation, double check. I'm not sure I can elaborate much more on that, though. And then, last question. How will the proposal come? Let's find out. So it could be arranged through parents, it could be found by yourself online, it could be through a friend, it could be just a random fateful encounter. We'll see if we can get a sense for that. Okay. I think that might be it. Let me check. Okay, yeah. So we just got the one. 10 of Swords. Interesting. So how does that relate? I mean, 10 of Swords refers to an ending, a closing of a chapter. Not necessarily someone's actual death, but yeah. So it's not necessarily a bad end, although most people would associate it with that negative connotation. This deck creator has a more lighter touch on that. So let me see if I can get anything more particular. Yeah, I mean, like the example that keeps coming to mind is like death in the family, attending the funeral, somehow that being associated with it. Yeah, you can imagine others. But yeah, I'm not really getting anything very specific on that. And that might be intentional on their part. Because I don't think. Yeah, they don't want to influence your current behavior too much. So yeah. Okay. And again, reach out if you've got questions on that. And now, on to our live questions. So we've got Jasswinder, Johan's feelings, and then Mimi. Okay, so how he views you. And that's fine. No problem. Thanks for being patient. Yes. Okay, and let's see. Oh. I thought it would be the Destiny deck, but it looks like we're using the twin sister deck. So this is basically the same deck artistically. The colors background is different, is what it really amounts to. So the artwork will look very much the same. Okay. Feelings towards. Okay, so some overlap. And then, okay. That might be it. Let me check. Okay, so two things. Feelings down here. Um, this one is sort of a mix of thoughts and feelings. It'll muddy the water a bit, so to speak, as far as feelings go. Um, but yeah. Hey, Destiny. How's it going? So, feelings, what is that? King of Wands. Okay. Very positive there. And then Queen of Wands and thoughts. So, very positive cards. I'll cite them down here attached, but yeah, let's go ahead and pull up their guide, especially since they're just neighboring. This will be kind of fun. Yep. So we'll start with the king and then we'll read the queen. See what else we can get detail-wise, but these are generally positive cards. King of Wands is a father archetype who brings about structure, authority, and order. When this card comes up in a reading, a powerful outcome is about to be revealed. You have mastery over your passions. This card can represent a person or people in your life who has traveled. Nope, not that part. Because it's not a person. This may also be a time to express yourself and your ideas. You are attracting the right people in your life. Stay on your spiritual journey, speak your truth, and balance this with the material world. So yeah, in general, very positive. Yeah, I can reiterate that in different ways, but that's what it boils down to. I'm not quite sure if it's like feeling strong enough that it's going to compel them um, to do something. That's the only part I'm not quite sure on. And no, not quite. Not quite is the sense I'm getting. Um, but definitely strong feelings we're working with there. And then Queen of Wands, a mother archetype. This may be someone who is not a person, but this is thoughts. Intensely loyal and in touch with her intuition, can appear as an influence. It is a moment where your ideas are flourishing. Stay confident and close to your spiritual practice. That would be advice for them, but and more so to stay close to you, because you're the influence in this case, as far as their thoughts go. Nurture your dreams and give them birth. The universe is supporting you. So yeah, I mean, they see great things in you. Um, that's probably a bit intimidating, but also a bit awesome to have someone like that in their corner. So, yeah. Okay, so Josswinder, any questions, follow up on that? Do I need to clear anything up? It's generally very positive. I don't know if there's enough momentum for them to be doing anything to like change or advance the relationship, um, but it's great. And Destiny, if you had a question you wanted read, go ahead and drop it in the comments or the chat. Um, I know Mimi has one, so I'll do her next, but then it'll be you. Okay, and maybe Jasminder needed to. Okay, just wanted to make sure. But yeah, it's very positive. All right, and then let's find Mimi's question. Okay. What does Chris see in you? How does he view you? What are his thoughts concerning you? And it might be a different deck, so let me find out. Looks like we're using the Lost Forest. I really like the art on this one, so. Okay. Let me check. Okay, so yeah, no cards. You're not getting an answer on this one. Um, it's not that your question was bad or anything. Um, More so, the uncertainty is important. Um, and obviously, that gets dispelled if we get information. So, if we get answers like this. So, what that means for the two of you long term don't know. Um, it would really just be speculation, but it's going to be important for your personal development that remain a mystery. So sorry we didn't really get an answer there. We can try different questions, but I mean, if it's just a variant of the same, then we're not really going to get anything. Of course, if you have an entirely different question you want to ask about, that would be totally fine. But yeah, no problem. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, let's go ahead and put this one back. I'm kind of sad because I wanted to see some of that art. But it is what it is. Let's go ahead and let people know we can ask questions. And we can still do readings. Yeah. It's been fun. The past few Wednesdays have been very slow starts, so it's kind of nice that we got into a few reads right off the bat. I guess it helps when I have questions ahead of time, but yeah. Anyways. And we've used both of the new decks. Yeah, I feel like the decks have a bit of a niche, not a monopoly, but they've got their corner of the market that they specialize in, and I haven't really figured out what the new ones specialize in. It seems related to what the Destiny deck had with relationships, um, so it might just be a piece of that, but we'll see. We'll give it more time to play out, figure out its place. And of course, we can just chat. I can monologue. I'm not too inclined to do so, though. Don't really have questions for myself, so we might end early. We'll see. I want to give it more time because, well, it's a relatively small window if you don't wait long enough to let people hop in. But after a certain while, time is going to be better spent doing laundry or dishes or something. Excuse me. Hopefully those don't recur. And again, if you've got questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments or the chat, whatever it is on your platform of choice. I guess I'll just remind people it should be in the description, but we do have a link tree. If you want to check out the social media, I've noticed a few people hopping on that now that I'm not really posting, oddly enough. I do want to do that again at some point, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, there's also a link to donate if you feel like supporting, helping me improve our setup and whatnot. I think my next goal is to get some branding for social media so that we can have nice posts that say, hey, we're streaming. Come ask questions. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, we're going to have the Friday session. I don't have to work that day, so we'll be able to go longer than just the regular hour that I have to stick to, which will be nice. Um, yeah, and I guess because people might be in different time zones, so the Friday session is in roughly 18 out or not 18. What would that be? 36 hours. Yeah, a day and a half. So, so whatever that maps to in your time zone, that's when it's going to be starting. And I'm so glad we got sound set up. I'll probably end up taking it down because, well, my wife and I like to play board games, and this is our best table. But yeah, I think I figured out the particular tricky, finicky, whatever area to the sound. So as long as I get some time to set up the day before, it'll be okay. Because I'm definitely not doing it in the morning. I basically wake up, shower, and do this. Okay, that's probably enough monologuing for now. Um, People hopping on late, sorry we missed you. You can reach out to me on um, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. I think I don't know what actually supports messaging and what doesn't, but I'm on a number of platforms. So go ahead and connect with us. Check us out there. Um, and of course, if you'd rather have your questions answered live, feel free to hop on the next Friday session, and I'll schedule next Wednesday probably. I'll double check, but I'll schedule Wednesday session after this. So hope you're doing well, having a great week, and until next time, take care.